Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. Metcalfe and Dr. Johnson and Dr. Stone for being here tonight with us. My questions are fairly simple and they go to one of your documents that you produced jointly with the CSIRO, namely the State of the Climate reports that come out every 2 years. What is the purpose of these reports?
Yeah, as you say, Senator, that report comes out every 2 years. It's something we've been doing with CSIRO for many years now. Genesis behind both agencies coming together to produce the report is to provide an authoritative summation of the state of Australia's climate from arguably the two most trusted sources of scientific knowledge on our climate. So the purpose is really to provide the most up-to-date and trusted reporting of the various parameters that contribute to Australia's climate.
Thank you. The reports confirm that climate varies naturally, or at least that's my conclusion. Is my conclusion valid?
I think there's a lot of variability in the world's climate, Senator.
Thank you. Yet the document seems to be written, Dr. Johnson, in a way that subtly and implicitly reinforces the notion that carbon dioxide from human activity affects climate and needs to be cut. Now, I see no empirical scientific data within a logical scientific framework proving cause and effect within the State of the Climate reports. What are you doing to stop people drawing that misleading conclusion from your report?
Well, Senator, I think it's important for the record to note that none of the State of the Climate reports in any way whatsoever make statements with respect to global emissions. They merely report on the state of various climate and ocean parameters over time. So I think if you look at the reports, and I know you get a copy of them, they chart a trajectory around a range of parameters: temperature, rainfall, so on and so forth, sea level, ocean temperatures and so on, over time. And they show quite clearly that on all of those parameters, or most of those parameters, the trend is increasing. So whether it's temperature or sea level rise or so air temperature, ocean temperature and so on and so forth, it does show for a number of parameters that there's quite a degree of variability across geography, for example, around tropical cyclones, rainfall and so on. So it merely reports what we're observing, Senator. And I think it's very well established now, and I think this is the view of the Bureau, and yes, I strongly agree with us, that the cause for that increase in air temperatures is absolutely due to, or predominantly due to the activities of human beings. I think that's well established, Senator. It's not very.
So there's nothing in the report. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was finished.
Okay, thank you. So there's nothing in the State of the Climate reports that proves that, but you rely on other documents and other work to prove that connection between human activity.
Prove what?
Proof that carbon dioxide from human activity is a danger and needs to be cut. So that is not the purpose of the State of the Climate reports.
Well, I think the State of the Climate, no, it isn't the purpose. The State of the Climate reports clearly show the trajectory of CO2 in the atmosphere for many, many years, well over 100 years. And I think there are, again, I think it's a very well established fact, Senator, that the predominant cause, not the only cause, but the predominant cause of that warming trend is human activity.
Well, yeah, I'm not asking about that you have that view, but I'm asking whether the State of the Climate reports actually show that, scientifically prove that carbon dioxide from human activity affects climate and needs to be cut.
Well, I've got the report in front of me. I don't believe there's a section in there that, it's right, it's not the purpose of the report.
Thank you.
The purpose of the report is to report on observations that we're taking on around a range of parameters in Australia's climate. That's all it does.
Thank you very much for clarifying that. Okay, that's fine. When I asked for empirical scientific evidence proving that carbon dioxide from human activity poses a danger and needs to be cut, ill-informed MPs refer solely to these documents on occasions, as do some ill-informed media journalists and citizens. Is it the intention of the Bureau of Meteorology and CSIRO for the document to do that implicitly, even though that's, Dr. Stone just said, it's not the purpose of the document?
I'm just wondering whether you can clarify what your question is, Senator. I think we've made it really clear what the purpose of the document is to provide a synthesis of our observations of Australia's climate and oceans. How others choose to interpret it's up to them, but the report is very clear. It lays it out very clearly and has done it pretty much in the same way for the best part of a decade.
I accept that. You've repeated that three times now. Thank you for that clarity. Okay. I'm just after I'd like to know about the intention behind the wording, because so many people misleadingly come to the conclusion that the State of the Climate reports prove that carbon dioxide from human activity affects climate. Is the wording deliberately misleading, or is that just their lack of scientific understanding?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of others. I can only speak on behalf of us, which is the wording is, I think, crystal clear. And great effort has gone to make sure the wording is clear and simple to understand in its reporting of the observations that we're making. It does nothing more and nothing less than that.
I agree with you.
How others choose to interpret senators for them. But I think, I think you've read the report. It makes it very clear what we're reporting on, and I think right up the very front of the report, if I'm correct, it makes it very clear what the report isn't.
Okay.
Can I just ask?
You got more?
No, that's fine. Actually, I don't need to ask that question. Thank you very much, Dr. Johnson. Much appreciated.